And Scott Robertson is on the line now. A very good morning to you, Razor. Couple of days to let that one sink in. How's the feels?
Good morning, men. Good to be on your show for the first time. I heard it's well done. Yeah, it's good, mate. It's good to be home and see the sea, really.
Yeah.
As you said, it's a bit of a fiction time, but and see the whānau, but it was a hell of a few weeks. Really proud of the effort on Saturday night.
Ray, now we've done something a little bit different today. We've both known you for some time, so we could ask you a lot of questions, but we've asked our listeners today to send in a few as well, and I'm sure you'd be very comfortable with that. Look, the first one from Josh, Scott, but I won't focus too much on the game, but heading forward, are you happy with the current loose forward combination, or do you see someone like Sam Cane coming in for a starting role perhaps in one of the next test matches?
Yeah, look, I think it's a good question. You know, like it's an opportunity, especially this year, and I've mentioned before, we're looking at combinations, we're looking at giving guys opportunities. We need to give people time and tests in the jersey so they can feel it and see how they respond. Combinations, you know, we've had a couple of little niggles with players and injuries and stuff, and it's forced our hands. But look, Sam came on with an impact. His impact off the field is pretty special, you know, and I haven't had much to do with him, but I understand why everyone respects him so much and what he's done. So that is a possibility.
Yeah, it was huge when he come on the weekend, Ray, teeing off defensively, and that's what I noticed with the whole team, real attitude to fit the occasion, just teeing off on every Argentinian that ran their way. Another question here, with which lock will you be selecting to partner Scott Barrett to start in the first F in South Africa? Both Darry and Vi have been excellent so far. In particular, your thoughts on Sam Darry?
Yeah, Sam's been great. He stepped up. He's a big man. It's a big man's game, test footy, isn't it? Unless you're Aaron Smith, really. But it's someone like him, Sam, came in from a double breakage, you know, like we lost a captain, we lost Patrick Tupolotu, you know, another really experienced leader, and someone come in with who is, and Sam's great around the line at time, both sides of the ball. He's got a massive engine, ex-rower. He loves cleaning rucks. So he's got all the basics that's required for test footy, and he's complemented to provide beautifully. You know, when you're 6'9", you just your arm length, you know, the stretch that a little bit more gives you more in the line out, and I've been really impressed with him. And to answer your question, you'll know it probably next Thursday.
Yeah, it's an early door selection call, but we understand you might be keeping the powder dry there. This from Gareth, Scott. Ioane, are you still considering Rieko Ioane as a wing option? And do you consider Scott Barrett as an option at 6? Are those positions still up for grabs?
Yes to both. Look, Scott's played quite a bit at 6, and he might finish there in games. You know, he's just starting lock and kept. He's a powerful scrummaging lock, but can cover 6 at times. So we've got to be open. And Rieko as well. He finished on the wing on the weekend for the last 30 minutes. So, you know, there were utility factored. All players have to play at least 2 positions. At all levels, especially test level. So yes.
Hey, Ray, just in regards to last week and following, you know, that defeat in Wellington, you're talking about looking in the mirror and potentially the mental challenge. There's a question from Richie. What was the biggest mental challenge, and how did you get the team to reset that focus going into the weekend's result?
What we actually clearly needed to work on to get better. And then, you know, I drove a lot of the mindset during the week, and how much honour it is to play at Eden Park. So 3 things, you know, we were just, a few people missed jobs, especially when we went off kick-offs, and then we just got in a couple of pressure cycles, and it just got on top of us, and they got a wee grip on us, the Keenans, and the ability to get the emotional side of the game into it. And Pablo was, you know, like it was pretty special. It was like WWE, wasn't it? They were just running around and they were wrestling each other and us, and it was, you know, that emotional hit that we gave them from not doing those little roles. So we concentrate about three things and get our game right, and obviously the mindset right to honour what's been given to us and the opportunity at Eden Park, and we did that.
Ray, I talked about simplicity a lot last week, and I felt like there was genuine clarity between, between Damien McKenzie and Beauden Barrett. The way they controlled the All Blacks' own half in that match was quite astounding, especially given the conditions. Had they done a lot of work together during the week in terms of just trying to keep building on the relationship they have?
Yeah, you look kicking. I mean, you feel like you never kick enough balls. Like those boys are just so much time and coverage, and obviously with Will Jordan back there, putting him on the wing just helped them that backfield coverage and just their timing and we went quickly from the week before. What sort of balls, how they're going to hit the ground. His kicking off his left foot and right foot, D-Mac, was a real standout game for him, wasn't it? So, yeah, they did the work, and we're really pleased with that part of it.
Yeah, the exits was a big talking point on the weekend, and Argentina didn't go down that right-hand side, Ray, which would have probably been surprising for yourself, but you figured it out, and you went a lot back to Damien McKenzie, and Damien was doing most of the relieving pressure from your exit zone. Was that part of the plan on the weekend? Yeah. And are you still capable of getting that box kick right, to knowing that you got Will Jordan, Caleb Clark, who are very good chasing the ball?
Yeah. Look, we claim them kicking to the right, middle, and left. We learned the lesson the week before. Mate, those kick-offs put on us. That is world class. Those first 3 or 4 kicks, like we're catching it ball and all, and we've done our preparation and the homework on them, and that's the best he's kicked for years probably. And so you got to prepare and plan for that. And like it did, with a little bit of wind behind D-Mac's right foot, passing it back made a big difference. And TJ, it was a special turnaround. I didn't really listen to any of the noise during the week, boys, or anything, but TJ needed to own that performance, and he stood up and did what he did, that next week, and he turned back the clock. It was a beautiful thing. So the combination of the kickers, all our roles, like I said, we need to execute them. People did under pressure with a hell of a lot of attitude.
Scotty, I want to know how important it was for you and your relationship to the team to give a lot of those players that next opportunity to fix what went wrong in Wellington, because that builds trust, doesn't it, between a new head coach and some of those senior players who've been there for a long time. Did you feel that keenly yourself in terms of wanting to make a statement about the faith that you have in those players?
Yeah, for sure. You stated the question nicely, because you know that it's in them. What could have we done personally as coaching coaches to set them up, and how can they go and firstly own your own performance, which they all did, and then step forward and get this week right, and return serve. I think it's an opportunity to do that, because if you start chopping and changing quite quickly, I'm going to rephrase that. I say you've got to back your men. But you've got to do it with a conversation behind it that's required, so they're clear it's back to you. We're going to support you, and they did own it and performed. Really pleased and proud of them, really.
Yeah, good to get a scrum out there too, Ray. Obviously 60-odd minutes in that first test, you're not even have a scrum. And Tamaiti Williams, what a run.
Yeah. Mate, he was special, man. He was bouncing off the ground, wasn't he? He was getting into spot, his shoulder on, he's getting square on D. Mate, he's scrummaging, and he's just such a big man. He's matured nicely. And Bagger, he's pretty special. When he runs over that line, he's got just a different mindset. Look, we're really pleased for him. And, when it started raining, old Jace Ryan was smiling all day. He wanted to kick it down the full and have us scrumming halfway. Just get straight into it.
Oh my gosh, it would have been true too. He would have said that too.
Yeah, the mutt was running the game plan. He just took all your clipboards. He said, "We're just scrumming all day, lads, today." Scott, I knew you knew it would come, and I knew, and you knew that there would be a moment where you felt the full weight of the fans and maybe on that other side of the equation when things don't go to plan. We had a really interesting text through from Chris today. I'm sure Chris won't mind. He says, it's better radio when the All Blacks lose. I think what he means is that people really get into it. Did you? I know you talk about blocking out the outside noise, but all coaches know that it exists, and you watched on as Ian Foster went through what he went through. So just give us a sense of the pressure you feel when you suddenly realise, even if you're prepared for it, when it's there, that sort of backlash to a performance that doesn't go to plan.
Sounds like Dr. Phil show, this one. I think that's it. I think it's like personally, mate. Of course, you know the way, look in the field, but it's the added stuff that's on, and everyone's got an opinion, which is great. Everyone's selected, everyone's got an opinion, everyone's got to do. How can you be better? Which that should never change. It's our national game. People are passionate. People love our game. And so, but it's how you talk to yourself is really important. And so for me, it goes, what do I need to get right to get a performance? What does this group need around in front of me? Because if the way that I can feel and what all the energy levels that I can bring out, that can change dynamics quite quickly. But I'm real, man. I've got to keep making sure I do my exercise. I've got people that I talk to. Like, I need to talk. I need to say, this is how I'm feeling, and this is how I'm going to approach the week. And people confirm, and just those little pep talks and trust yourself. So I've got a good group of people around me, like any sport anyone does. And you talk about all the Olympians that have done well. The first people they talk about is their team around them, and nothing changes that you do with yourself as a coach, your coaching group, your coaching staff, your management, and your players. So got a good, strong group, real clear in mind. To be honest, mate, I was going with game today and game day all week. Yeah. What am I going to do on Monday and get ready for game day? And those are my two focuses to get right.
Rumble in the jungle, Ray. Rumble in the jungle. 2 tests. South Africa 1, South Africa 2. You ready? How good?
It is. It's pretty cool, isn't it? This is well played. And this is what sets our game apart from other games in the world. Like you're playing world number one. The history, the traditions, two extreme rugby publics that are just so passionate. All the experience over the years, the great names and stuff, and it's a pretty special part of our game going over there. And who plays out? You don't often do that in sport, and especially the historical games that come with it. So, it's a good chance for us to reflect back and look at what this team and an opportunity we've got to make history.
Ray, you've got a squad around you now, and I know that squad will be feeling a whole lot better about themselves as they take a wee break before you prepare for South Africa. What would your message be to other players out there who maybe haven't been picked in this squad, but still, if things happen and injuries are a part of it, what do you say to those players at the moment out there in NPC land and elsewhere?
Yeah, good. Good to invite that question in because we watch them from afar. We've got analysts and we've got an AB15 coach as well that's watching the team, Clayton McMillan. So we check in. We're picking a team for the end of the year tour, and also for guys that if we do get injuries that come in. So we sat down. We've given them what they needed. What we need to see from them, and then also. Every second, third week, you're checking on them. So, look, it's always on. It's a combat sport we play, and injuries happen. So, play well, play NPC, and play like an All Black.
Well, we really appreciate your time, and great to have you on the show for the first time, Scott. And I know we'll be in touch again at some stage, but enjoy your time with the family, and hopefully you get a wave out there in the cold. And
it's freezing down here. No chance.
Thanks, Ray. Get the full steamer on.
You will do.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, eh?
Good to talk to you. Thank you so much. Scott Robertson, All Blacks head coach, answering your questions this morning on 8833. Really appreciate all the questions you sent in this morning. Sorry we couldn't get through all of them, but I'm sure we'll get another chance to talk to Scott Robertson at some stage in the coming months.
SENZ. It's Kiwi for Sport.